All right, notes for my November 2025 reading of The Art of War by Sun Tzu, translated by Lionel Giles. Today is Wednesday, 5 November 2025, and here I, Tanis Coralee Seattle, talk through my book and reading notes for my November 2025 reading of a book about military tactics, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, translated by Lionel Giles. Initially published approximately 500 BC, translation year of 1910. This is a 2002 Dover edition paperback, ISBN in the video description. I read the book on Wednesday, 5 November 2025. It was 99 pages. It took me one day. 99 pages today, Wednesday. Yes, and I said last month, October 2025, I'll hold on to it. It has a due date of 7 November 2025 before it auto-renewed. So I got it for longer, but I was like, I'm going to keep that initial due date of 7 November 2025 and see if I can get it done, and I did. All right, so it essentially is kind of a summary of, it was initially published in Chinese. It's published, over 2,500 years ago, approximately 500 BC. So approximately over 2,500 years ago. And it's kind of like a description of military tactics, but then also there's an introduction in the transcribed part. So there's the Chinese work, the translation year, and then the translation is just transcribed, so like in this particular edition. And so my takeaways this time are some the same, some different. So page 17, part of the introduction, this is my low blood pressure stuff. I'm interested in the heart stuff. So it has, it talks about how they had almost no surgery in diagnosis by pulse. So like heart pulse, like that kind of thing on the wrist. Which I've actually mentioned on this channel previously with more modern practices. And it's like, yeah, if a certain organ has no pulse, then there might not be that organ. Is when I brought it for a movie I covered not too long ago. So it was like, it was, so they put emphasis on non-invasive procedures, and that's what I do for my self-experimentation for my cardiology and physiology research. At least currently. There's like people who've done self-catheterization and stuff. I'm like, I like my non-invasive self-experimentation. All right, page 51. Quote, "He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces," unquote. Yes, it was like, so essentially if somebody calls himself the greatest of all time, they can view themselves that way. However, they do not know how to fight. They're an inferior warrior because they cannot accept the reality of when they are facing superior forces, nor when not to fight. So it's like, greatest of all time is equal to not a superb warrior. I agree with that. Okay. Page 52. "The general who is skilled in defense in effect hides in the most secret recesses of the earth." I was like, so I was like, yo, I'm a defender. Self-defense is my thing, and Hades is my god. And it's talking about the defender being in the recesses, like the recesses of the earth. And I was like, I chose the right god by the Chinese ancient text and of the military. Hades is my god. I did good. Okay, yeah. I accept that there is a superior force. I accept there is a god above me. His name is Hades. Okay. All right, this one is relevant for my YouTube channel, page 66. "Ponder and deliberate before you make a move." Unquote. I got some pondering, I got some ruminating, I got some musing, I got some talking throughs. I got that covered, yo. Am I the world's foremost expert on doing stuff like that without actually, before making a move? Possibly. Necessarily? No, it depends on the topic. They're superior and inferior, Okay, got it. Okay, keep going. And then this one, I love this one. 78, you guys wanted, like, do we want a technical definition of insubordination? Here we go. Quote, page 78. Quote, "When the common soldiers are too strong and their officers too weak, The result is insubordination, unquote. So essentially, if I'm better than my boss, I'm insubordinate. I was like, but I just want to get my job done, okay? I just want to make progress. Why is my boss in the way? Get out of the way. So, that's called being insubordinate. That's called insubordination. I learned something. Okay, so I've read this book a number of times, and as you know, my second notes video for it. But that's my notes for my November 2025 reading of The Art of War by Sun Tzu, translated by Lionel Giles.